Welcome back to the video blog. Adam Daniel Mezei is my name. PMDforHire.com, your producer of marketing and distribution. PMD. Thanks again for watching. Today's Friday, so you know what that means. It's Grab Ass Fridays. Grab Ass Fridays, where we grab a little bit of ass, we step back, we have a look at the community and see who's doing some very interesting things. And of course, we pay our respects to them. We laud them here on the show in joyous outbursts. Today's Grab Ass goes to Simon Pullman of transmythology.com. That's right, transmythology, one whole word, .com. Simon is, I would consider him to be a specialist in something known as transmedia. As I had described on a previous podcast, the PGA, the Producers Guild of America, is now working on a new designation, perhaps for credit in films in the rolling list for PMDs. They've already granted one called Transmedia Producer. For those of you who don't know, transmedia, experts like Lance Weiler online, is basically taking your story, if let's say it's a film, it applies to music and art as well, but let's say it's a film, and telling that story through alternative media channels. So if you have a film, you would tell it through, let's say, a multiplayer game, you would tell it through some kind of a graphic novel, a book, webisodic material, extensions. Perhaps you would branch out and do some character development. You know, Star Wars was very instrumental in this. George Lucas knew how to do that. He had action figurines, he had coloring books, he had novels that were takeoffs on the original screenplays. That's basically what transmedia is all about. And Simon Pullman really knows how to write blogs. I really enjoy his material. For the last couple of weeks, I've been diligently following what are turning out to be his daily posts over at Transmythology. He's talking a lot about character development, things like that. How do you write proper screenplays? How do you develop arcs of conflict? How do you really give depth and gravitas to your characters? Then, of course, he makes references to other things that are going on online. He brings into the play, to the fore, some other links, some things that he's read. And he's basically somebody that I found out about as a result of going through and trolling through John Reese's material. And people like Sherry Candler talk about Simon Pullman, and you can basically find out about him on places like Chris Jones's blog, and also at Film Courage, David Brannon and Karen Morden's site. This is very important to have a good grasp of what's going on in the transmedia sphere. And if you're developing a screenplay right now, you might want to think about other ways of getting that story across that don't necessarily involve a 35mm print or a Red One camera or something like a Canon 5D. You want to think about getting that story out in alternative means as a way to really solidify the concept of the film in the minds of your targeted audience, and to really give your film a brand that goes beyond just what you see for, let's say, the 90 minutes of your runtime. That's how you really get audience engagement. That's how you really generate revenue, I guess, in the modern filmmaking world. The old Sundance days, as we've talked about, are long, long, long gone. So, Simon Pullman, you get the fulsome Grab Ass this Friday on Grab Ass Fridays here at the ADM video blog. Thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll catch up with you when the weekend is done, and catch today's movie review for Death of the Dead by Gary King. A something scary or a scary stuff production starring Christina Rose. Yes, Christina Rose. And as always, I wish for you many, many, many good things.